All right, guys, we're back on the 82 240D 4-speed and the center console. Remember, we polyurethane coated it, and I put it back in the car, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that. All the new buttons, everything's been cleaned up, refurbished, and that's absolutely beautiful. Also, I was troubleshooting the window switches to make sure, because that back window wasn't going up and down correctly. So you're going to see that here in a minute. So over here on the rear passenger door, man, look at that trim. I mean, look at that door panel. Looks fantastic. I've already taken off the piece right here, but this window is not going up and down. So I want to see what's going on in there. So to do that, I don't know if you can see around me. We got to take off these door panels. I'm going to get my electric screwdriver. That's in there pretty good. But it's easier to get these out with electric screwdrivers. Sometimes they fall out. Yep, there we go. Sometimes they don't. I'll just set all these down on the floor. But then what we also want to do is, you know what? Then we're going to have to pry out the little backing plate. There's a plastic backing plate right here. Pop that out, and that allows you to get the door handle off. So I'm going to go ahead and take all that off, and we're going to look inside this door and see what this window looks like. But to get this little backing plate out, use a very fine screwdriver, and you can stick it in there right where the clips are. It's a piece of plastic, and it's very thin. There you go, and you can wedge it out of there. And then slide it around the back. Not too fragile, but yeah, it's a pretty fragile piece. And then you'll see there's a screw right there. That's got to come out. Notice also, you can barely see in the edge of the frame, I unscrewed the lock, the plastic lock, and set this down in here. Here you go. That just screws off of there. You can go ahead and finish getting these bolts out. Now, once all that's out, you can slide this trim piece down the handle a little bit. There we go. And you'll see there's a screw right behind there. And then you can pull the door handle and everything comes out. There we go. Now, these are plastic clips. Now, I have a plastic tool for popping these clips off because you don't want to break them, you want to reuse them. So let me get that tool. All right, you want a tool like this, they're cheap. You can pick them up at Harbor Freight. Just a plastic tool. See if I can get down here towards the bottom. And if you stick it in there, wow, this one's on there. There we go. There we go. See, you just get it close to the place you want to pop off. Let's see, here's another one. Right there. There we go. See, if you pull it with your hand, you're going to break it. But this gives you the right amount of leverage. There you go. And you just work your way around. There we go. They're all off. Now this panel will lift up and off the door. Now what we're left with behind it is the switch, of course. You can see the switch. Let's unplug the switch. And we're just going to get that off of there. There we go. Now if you look at the door panel, You see, I didn't break any of my clips. See? There you go. All those clips are still intact because I used the correct pulling tool. All right, we know this window. Oh, good. This has got, I don't know if this has ever been apart because that's the original plastic. So this door frame has never been, door panel's never been taken off, which is great. It still has the plastic water barrier with the Mercedes glue on here. So that's fantastic. But the first thing we want to do is test the motor directly with 12 volts. That looks fantastic back here. Yeah, this has never been opened. Super clean. Still has a sound insulation in here. There's no debris or junk down there. Look at that. See, it's got the Cosmoline. That's that rust prevention. See it right there? It's like a waxy substance. Still got the sound deadening material intact. There we go. Look how clean the actuator is there. The vacuum actuator. Vacuum lines are still routed correctly. There's no debris and trash down here along the bottom. There's the trim tabs popping through there that hold the bottom trim on. Looks outstanding in here. So first we're going to do is put 12 volts to this window and see if the motor works. All right, guys, to test these window motors, it's very easy. I actually grabbed another switch. I think that switch is bad. I grabbed a bad switch. So I'm just testing the window motor, and on the back of the, where you plug everything in, you have a green wire and a black wire. So the window is actually fine. Yeah, that's fine. So we need to see what's wrong with the original switch. All right, I just cleaned that switch, and we have some interesting behavior here. Window goes up, but it doesn't go down. Okay, after some troubleshooting, I know that rear window, in order for the switches to work, everything goes through the master switch here, and it turns out the down function of this switch was not working correctly. So I had to remove everything, disassemble this switch, and swap out some of the internal components from yet another switch, and now we've got it working. So I'll give it some power here, and we can see that window goes up and down from the console switch. This was my test switch, and here's the original one. Looks much nicer. So anyway, that resolved the issue. So we have all the windows and all the switches working perfectly in the car now. What we're going to do next is go ahead and start lubricating the door straps and window regulators. Right down in here. See, you've seen this in other videos. There's the factory grease, and this stuff is just, it's no good anymore. It's not much. Well, there's still a little bit on this one, but we're going to lubricate this up real good, and that'll keep the window working for another 20-30 years. Guys always neglect that. I never see anybody do this. Or I guess maybe it's just now that I have the car, now's the time to do it. And we troubleshot the window switch, so we're going to lubricate that. We'll pop out the door straps. Those door straps have to be lubricated, and we'll do that all around the car. Now, you guys have seen this several times in my other videos, so I'm not going to repeat the same video. That would get boring watching me lubricate door straps. So anyway, I'm going to start here on this door. I'll get the panel back on, and we will work our way around the rest of the car. All right, guys, I'll just show you I just put the grease on here. It's not rocket science. And oops, now we just want to run the window back and forth, re-grease it a good bit. And I really glob it on there, guys, because I want that piece behind here. See, behind there's like a little, well, you can't see it. I got grease all over it, but it's like a little nylon slider. So you get that real good and greased up. And that way, There we go. See how good that's moving now? See how good that window operates? That's how you want it. So anyway, we'll take care of that. Finish doing that a couple of times. And then I want to reattach. This is the original plastic membrane that keeps moisture from getting onto the back of the door panel. See, this door panel has zero moisture on it. This car is really taken care of. So we want to reattach that with some spray-on glue. So I'll go ahead and get that and reattach that now. All right, so to reattach this, I've been using this for years. 3M, there it is, 3M Super 77. It's just a multi-purpose adhesive. And it works great. Now you can see where the factory, it looks like they used a brush. There's like kind of went on there with like my sound effects. Went on there with a brush. So we'll just move that up there. And we'll just spray over the same spots that they brushed. I don't know if you guys, yeah, you guys can see down there. They did some here in the middle. Looks like they had a little bit up here. Just over the exact same spots. All right, then it looks like a little under there. And that's it, guys. Now, we just want to take this guy over here. And the trick is you want to line up all the holes. See, we got a hole here. So we're going to get, that's where the door attaches. So we'll line that up before pressing it down. There we go. So that's lined up. There we go. Switch through there. Something to that effect. And that's good. That door is now serviced and ready to go for another 30 years. Isn't that awesome? All right, and we'll put the door panel back on there and put our switch back through there. So I just snapped back on the door panel. It's important that you start from the top because there's a little channel up here. And on the door panel, there's like a plastic strip that runs all the way down. And you got to put that strip in the channel, and that keeps the top of the door panel from pulling back. That's what holds it at the top. And then, of course, you just bang it around the sides like that and bump all the clips in. But what I wanted to point out is look how awesome condition this panel is. Normally, you know, you at least have wrinkling on them. And this thing is absolutely beautiful. It's cool. On these low mileage cars, you get to see stuff like this. Let me see what the front one, I haven't really paid attention to that. Dude, this is the same. Look at that. That panel does not even have a wrinkle. Let me see if any of these panels have a wrinkle. Sorry, I have to pop them all off to finish doing the service on the doors. So this one doesn't have a wrinkle on it either. And it even has the vinyl, trim piece around the top. Let's see if the driver's has any wrinkling on it. Wow, that is absolutely fantastic. There are no wrinkles on the door panel. This was a North Carolina car, so that's kind of cool. All right, we got everything reassembled, and guys, tell me that is not the best looking 123 door panel you have ever seen. Anyway, we got the door strap lubricated and the window lubricated. Look how good this works now. Up, down. See how smooth they are when they're lubricated? And that's going to be good for a long time, you guys. So now over to the other doors. So basically in this video, we got the new center console in, refinished or refurbished the center console window switches, did troubleshooting on the rear windows, why they wouldn't go up and down. And we lubricated the door straps and all the regulators, put all the door panels back on, and that's a wrap for this video. Not sure what the next video is, but you guys stay tuned. And this car is almost done. Oh, I'll probably clean the fuel sending unit in the tank back here. I forgot that's what I was going to do next. And you've seen that before. The fuel sending unit is right there. It's always good to take those out and clean them out because they get all gummed up. And along with cleaning the tank fuel sending unit, we're also going to remove all the strikers and replace the little rubber piece. I ordered them from Thailand. You've seen it in my other videos, but that will allow the doors to shut smoothly without having to slam them. So we'll replace that on all 4 doors, and we'll be getting close to wrapping up this car. So anyway, stay tuned. I'll keep you guys updated with videos. And this is a killer 95,000 mile 123 240D 4-speed. I mean, it looks fantastic. And I'll keep you guys posted. Stay tuned. And then next we'll move over to that 240D. So anyway, hope you guys are enjoying the videos, and we'll see you next time. Subscribe, hit the bell, like the video, and please comment. I love all the comments. Take care.